Hello, greeting, peace, love. Welcome to Larry's Pencase Talk number 42. And we're live from Fort Worth, Texas. So, it's almost that time of year again. Christmas. Love Christmas. So, any plans for Christmas? Uh, any new pens, inks, papers, journals for Christmas? Hmm. Let's see, over here, not sure yet, but I've got a whole lot of new stuff planned to start the New Year's off, that's for sure. In January 1st, 2018, I will be launching a lot of new things. I'll start with on Facebook, I will be launching a new Larry's Pen Pal group. I've put that out in the group and took a survey to see if other viewers were interested in it. Yes, I know there's already a Pen Pal group up, so that's why I did the survey. And there was a lot of interest for the Pen Pal group, so I've been working on that and getting that ready to go. It's going to be pretty cool. The intro on them, it's going to be really cool. On my YouTube channel, it's going to be remodeled, redesigned, a lot of energy and excitement, enthusiasm in it, just a lot of great stuff going on. So you need to check it out. I will be having different categories. One of them, and will be like journals, papers, notebooks, notepads, and stickies. That would be one separate. Go ahead.
Hello to Padrino and Oscar.
Hey, Padrino, Oscar, what's going on? Peace, love, guys. So that's going to be one going on. So you need to check them out. It's going to be cool. And then another one is going to be inks. That's going to be cool also. I'm thinking about naming one like something was going to be like grab your weapon and choose your ammo. So the weapon would be the pen, the ammo would be the ink. Well, that'd be a lot of fun. And I'm working on that one to be put out. I'm going to have one on briefcases, messenger bags, backpacks, etc. Why am I having these? Because I've been having people ask that they've showed interest in it, so that's cool.
Hello to Psychomantis.
Hey, Psychomantis, what's happening? So I've got a whole bunch of cool stuff really happening. I'm not going to reveal much more because that'll take the excitement out of it. Wondering, okay, what is the Pen Bug guy up to this year? Well, I've been working vigorously at it, and I'm ready. So, let me say this. For 2018, I hope it's going to be a big year, a colossal year. I mean, I want it to blow up. I am kind of like in left field, like a rebel without a cause. I really don't have any sponsors yet, and I'm hoping, God willing, that some sponsors will pick me up in the upcoming year. I think I'm a worthy reviewer. No, I'm not your regular, ordinary type reviewer. I'm just me. And when I say this, I mean it that I truly have a passion for fountain pens. It's something that just came over me, and it just like, it's part of me. It's like in your soul. So even on my worst days,
Okay. Oscar says he has received a new journal, a traveler size that has smooth paper with a bit of show through.
Okay.
Psycho wants to know, will Jim be providing different models of pens to be reviewed?
I'm thinking he is. In fact, I just finished texting with Jim, and I'll be talking with him later. And Jim, if you're watching or listening, I think Jim. Now, don't quote me on this. He may be kind of like sponsoring me next year, sending pins to review, and that's going to be a big help because Jim is one amazing pen maker. I believe in Jim Hines totally. Why is that? He really is a truly passionate pen maker. His work speaks for itself right there. Jim puts his heart into it. And there's nothing that Jim can't do. Uh, no, we haven't heard of Jim much, but we're going to, especially now. You're going to hear a lot about Jim from me. Uh, I love Jim's work. So that's going to be coming up. I will have some pins from Jim to do. And Jim will be coming to the Fort Worth Pen Club, our group meeting that will be in January. So don't forget, we have the Fort Worth Pen Club that's been started up by Janice. And it's a pretty cool place to come hang out, meet other pen enthusiasts, and share your stories, your love, your passion for your beloved fountain pens and your inks, your paper, uh, even your messenger bag, whatever it is, bring it and share it. So I hope we get some new people in the group. We may. So if you're interested, this one's going to be in Fort Worth. I believe it's 6:30 at the
Dixie House.
cafe on Hewlin Street, and that's going to be on a Monday. I think is that the first Monday in January. I'll have to look at the date, but I will be doing a live chat more about the Fort Worth Pen Club next week. Okay, back to Jim. So, Jim Hines' work is incredible. You know, it's right up there with Edison, Twisby, Mont Blanc, King of Pens, Sailor, all these big, beautiful, exciting pens. And you must think, Larry doesn't know what he's talking about. The heck I don't. This man can create a work of art, beautiful fountain pens. Remember his name because his name will be mentioned more next year, and you'll be hearing and seeing a lot from Jim. In fact, next year Jim will be making his first pen show, I think in St. Louis, if I'm correct. So, any of you pen enthusiasts that are going to the St. Louis Pen Show, you might want to check out Jim Hines' table because I promise you one thing, you're going to be totally blown away with Jim's pens. Jim is working on a pen that a friend of mine wants. He wants it to look like the Mont Blanc 149. So I've gotten with Jim and told him the color. It's going to be a blue color, I believe, ebonite. No, I'm not sure on that, but I think so.
Hello to Foghurst.
Hey, Fog, what's happening? And it's going to have an 18K nib, so that's cool. So kind of excited about that. And I will be ordering some pens from Jim because, like I said, I love the man's work. Great stuff. There's a pen that I really want also that Jim's already made. He's done a video on it. It's on Facebook. It's kind of a brown one. I think it sells for 175. God, is it a not got gorgeous pen. Oh, uh, yeah, Jim is making me a custom made pen. Yes, it's going to have a. Uh, I'm trying to think on the nib. It's not a palladium. It's not a gold. It's do you remember, Mr. Announcer?
No, I don't.
Well, when I think of the name of it, I'll let y'all know. But yeah, he's working on one for me. I can't wait because you know it's going to be dynamite. Um, Phil, anytime you need to jump in,
Okay,
just jump in.
Oscar wants to know, does Jim tune the nibs before sending them out?
Yeah, I think Jim will check each pen before they go out. And in fact, if you order a pen from Jim, you might want to just uh, mention it to Jim to check out that nib. Uh, when I talk to Jim later, I will bring this up, but I'm sure that he does. Uh, I believe that Jim checks out every pen before he puts them out to sell. Uh, I know that Edison pens at one time used to check each individual pen uh, that he sent out, and they were really great pens, and he still sells a really great product. Uh, but what I'm hearing now is that some people say that he's gotten too busy, that quality control is just not there like it used to be, but they still make great pens. So, you know, I don't know if that's true or not. I bought one of Edison's Collier pens, beautiful pen, and it's a great pen. I think I bought it this year, and it writes great. It's a medium nib, and just a true pleasure just to write with. So, but I'm thinking if when pen people get really bogged down with and they get bigger and they get a big demand and people just want pens, I'm thinking that they have to, you know, employ people to help them to get there, because just do one person individually, depending on the amount of pens that have to be made and the amount of allotted time that you need, will be hard to do. But as long as you're a small person pen maker, and that doesn't mean because you're not popular, and that doesn't mean because you don't make great pen, that means you're a small person. Well, for one, to keep overhead down and to keep that quality control in check, it's easier for one person to do it. A lot of work still, but you can still maintain that degree of quality in your pens. So that's how I think that Jim is will be operating for now, and and that's great. But uh, God willing, hopefully, you're going to see Jim pop out and blossom, and you're going to say, hey, Larry, the pin bug guy was right. This guy, Jim Hines, is dynamite, and I'm going to stand with him. I'll step out now. I'll step out now, and I'll say Jim makes some of the best fountain pens around. And I've showed you that before with the Blue Storm. This pen was so delicious that I've used it, what, 5 times? You know, I love it. And this has no hardware on it. And this pen, like it sits, sells for $80, if I'm correct. You know, $80 for a pen like this? Come on now. Great fountain pen. You can have hardware put on it, the clip. I think that sells for like 120. But Jim has been working on his new pen site, so that should be up and running soon. You can pick and choose and match however you want your pen to be made. And so they're all going to be custom made. And then he'll have pens that are already made that you can choose. So there's going to be a lot of options on Jim's site to get what you want. So that's going to be cool. And so, you know, here I am. You know, I love Monteverde Conklin pens. They put out some great pens, and I'm going to continue buying what I can afford. But Jim's right there. I mean, you know, uh, I want Jim's pens. Yeah, I'm going to buy as much as I can afford, so I'm going to be saving up. So I'm excited about that. But back to what I was talking about, there's going to be a whole lot of different stuff coming up on Larry's Fountain Pens on the YouTube channel, a whole line of different cool stuff that's going to be happening on there. And I hope this is the lift that people are going to be looking for. Because, you know, why am I so energetic when I do my videos? And that's just me. I just love what I do. I've been asked, what was my very first ink I've ever used when I got started in fountain pens? Well, here it is. Bay State Blue. Beautiful ink. I love it. I use it still. Another favorite ink of mine is the Waterman South Sea Blue. Really a nice, this is a nice blue ink. Beautiful ink. Another favorite ink of mine is Diamine Blue Velvet. Yeah, right? Diamine Blue Velvet. That really rocks. Yep. Beautiful blue. Gorgeous. But let me tell you some more new inks that have come into my life. Robert Oster, Robert Oster inks. The gentleman from Australia. Cool. Love his inks. Go ahead, Mr. Announcer.
Oscar says he's been using 54th Massachusetts for the last month, and it's awesome.
Yeah, I've used that.
Is Bay State Blue a permanent ink?
You know, yes, I think it is. But don't quote me on that. I'll have to recheck on that. I know that it's hard to get off once you get it on.
Mm-hmm. And Oscar likes Noodlers.
Yeah, Noodlers is cool. Nothing wrong with Noodlers. They're really cool. Cool inks. Frank puts out some great inks. Yep. I'm looking for the Bay State Blue right here. This was done on my Life notebook paper on Tuesday, August 22nd of this year. And here is the, if you can see it, the Noodlers. And this is what it looks like some months, so 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 4 months later, and that's what it looks like right there.
Okay, they're saying that Bay State Blue is permanent, but it fades in the sun.
Fades in the sun. Well, that's how it looks like now. And then next year I'll be showing this ink what it looks like 6 months later to a year later. So, and the reason why I do this, I track all my inks because I want to see if the ink fades in time. And I also keep track that way. That way I know what inks I use, what inks I like, and the ones I don't really care for. So the latest one that has touched my heart. Are y'all ready for one of my most favorite inks? The one I just said, Mr. Oster from Australia. Fabulous ink. So here's my problem I'm having with his inks. It's very difficult. I like them all. But let me start with the blue. Fire and Ice. Yeah. That's wicked, baby. Fire and Ice is absolutely thumbs up. But here's another one. Soda Pop Blue. Whew. Right there, man. That just blew me away. Great ink. Robert puts out some magnificent ink. So those were a couple of blues. In fact, here they are, right there on top. Nice looking blues, and they look great on paper. And I have a few more of Robert's inks. I have samples of the Cafe Crema, beautiful brown color, just really nice. Uh, so, yeah, my wish is to own a bottle of each of his colors. I don't care if it's samples or a regular bottle. But I love the ink. It's, man, when I use it, I, I'll draw or just doodle around with it, and I'll grab a QT and make rainbows or different colors, and just to see how it works with the paper, the interactions of the colors. Man, what a high, right? Looks great. Love it. Now, here's a pen that I will be reviewing next year. And on the clip, the initials are CCHN. I believe it's Japanese. If y'all can see right there. If anybody knows what this pen is, let me know. I don't read Japanese, and I've had this pen for a couple of years. And Lord and behold, I forgot the name of it. Here's the nib right there. And it comes with a cartridge. I will be trying some converters in it later. But if anybody knows, leave your comment below and let me know. Yeah.
Oscar wants to try the Robert Oster's Tranquility ink.
Oh, yeah, that's another one. I'm not sure. I could have tried that one already, but if it's Robert Oster's ink, it's got to be good, or he wouldn't be putting out a bad ink. Yeah, I'm just in love with his ink. It's just great stuff. Totally great. So anyway, that's it on that. I'm hoping to pick up some sponsors next year. I want the people out there to, the pen companies, pen makers. Hey, my name is Larry. I'm a serious reviewer. I may not be acting all that serious and deep when I do a review, because that's not me. When I do a review, it's an honest review, but I have fun in doing my reviews. So I'm going to express my happiness, show my energy in it, let it flow, and let the love I have for a fountain pen kick in. That's what makes me tick. I'm not going to be what others want me to be, because that's not me. I am who I am, and that's all I will ever be. So, anyway, tomorrow morning is Christmas. I got a question for everybody, and I'm not sure if it's a yay or a nay. Go ahead, announcer, when you see it, speak.
The pen looked like a pilot, the Japanese one that you're holding up.
Yeah.
Put a picture in Instagram, and Sako will check it out and try to get the info.
Cool, I'll do that. Yeah, that's what, when I saw that nib, that's what it reminded me of. Yeah. But anyhow, the question is, I was thinking about doing a live video Christmas Day. I'm not sure if I do it. I'm not sure when. New Year's is just around the corner. Contemplating about doing one for New Year's night, if I can stay up to midnight. That's the thing. And if anybody has interest in it. I mean, there has to be enough people for me to do this, if I can do it. So that's another thing coming up. Oh, real quick, on the last winter, Andrew uh, has never gotten back to me, so I don't know what happened. So there'll be another giveaway coming up soon. And because when you win a fountain pen from me, I will always get back to you to confirm that address, and then I'll get that label ready. And then once I mail it at the post office, I will send that person a copy of the tracking number. So that way they can track when their pin's going to get there. And I always tell them, well, you're going to get it Monday or Thursday. So, but I've never heard back from Andrew. So, I'm sure, yeah. What did it say? You have to help me out here.
And Andrew replied in the comments, but he's not sure if it was the Andrew.
No, yeah, it wasn't the Andrew. So, I have the address, but I never got a confirmation, yay or nay, on it. So I won't send a pin without getting that confirmation. Yep, this is me. This is where I live, because it may go to an address that the person may not live, and he or she would never get it. So anyway, so yeah, but anyway, that one's over with. So I will be doing another giveaway. So again, I'll talk about, I'm going to have a new pen pal group on Facebook. And Max will be one of the moderators. And I do have another gentleman that will also help out on that. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. And Mr. Announcer and I have been working on some cool intros, so that's going to be a lot of fun. Well, tomorrow's a big day, Christmas Day. Is everybody ready? That's the question. Are we ever ready for Christmas Day? I know I'm ready for it. I stay ready for Christmas. There's been a lot of talk about that new TWSBI Echo. It's a neat little pen. What does it run about? Was it $28 or 30? About the different colors. They have them like blue, a real nice looking blue. There's I think a kind of like a rose gold colors come out. And they all have different nib sizes. But I think the question was, do the nibs, can you change out the nibs like you do on the 580 and 700? And the answer is no, if I'm correct. Because on those other two, you can just twist them out and screw another one in. I think on the Echoes you can't. But they are a nice little pen. Do I have any interest in one? Yeah, I do. I have an interest in a black one or a blue one on the Echo. And then I also have an interest on the 700R. But I want a blue one or a red one. I just don't want a clear demo. Not for me. And I am interested in the TWSBI 700 that's no longer made. There's a beautiful blue one that has come out on eBay that has grabbed my interest. Well, Christmas dinner for tomorrow. What you having? I think we're having here turkey, dressing, mashed taters, of course veggies, cornbread, homemade, gravy, and I'm starving to death now. So, Any turkey lovers out there? Or will it be ham? Or will it be chicken? So, what else has been going on here? Notebooks. Uh, I just got in some notebooks right here, which I won't open till later. This is going to be part of the 2018 kickoff in January. They're from UberWorks. Same paper, Dragon, is that how you pronounce it? Dragon, Dragon.
Dragoon.
Something like that. I'm sorry if I butchered the name, but sent me two of them. I got to choose the colors, and they will have some brand new editions coming out next year. So that's cool. Now, while we're at it, I want to talk about paper. Field notes are great notebooks, but the paper is good paper, but sometimes you'll get some bleed throughs or show throughs depending on the nib or ink. So that's something to look at. Do y'all have a big problem with your paper? Do you have any gripes or complaints? If it bleeds through or shows through, would you still use a notebook? Or would that turn you off and not use a notebook? That's something I'd like to know. For me, it doesn't matter. I'll use the next page. Some people say it's a waste of money. Go ahead. But depending how much bleed through or show through the paper has, I would use the other side. But if it's just too bad, that doesn't mean the notebook's bad. I'll just have to use another page. And that's just me talking. I know, like on regular paper, like this 5-star notebook here, that's just regular paper, It's a cool little notebook. It has pockets you can keep papers in. And it does what it does. Perforated pages, you can rip them out really easy without tearing out the whole page. But this would show through and bleed through depending on the nib and the ink. So, but I still use these. Sometimes I use a paper like that when I write a pen pal. It just depends on my mood, I guess. But, again, would you or would you not use a journal, a notebook, a notepad just to write whatever it is you write? Or would you not? I would. I have some journals that, it bleeds through or shows through, but they're still good journals. I like them. And depending, like I said, the severity of the bleed through or show through, that I'll just use the next page. But some people, they say, well, they pay these many dollars for it. It would be a waste if they couldn't use the back of the page. And then I've heard some people comment that they don't use the back of a page anyway. They just use the first side of the page. But okay, so it's like I said, everybody's different. We all have different likes and dislikes, and that's cool. That's who we are. Yeah.
Oscar says, I would just find a cheaper notepad for random writings if there is show through and bleed. Foghurst says, as a right-hander, it's easier to write just on the right side.
Okay. I know, like, on one of my ink journals here, I do it as a hardback notebook, and you can keep it's got a pen loop in it. You can keep your pen in there, and you can keep your notebooks securely shut. And what I like about the notebook, they lie flat. That's a real big thing for me. That's important, and I like it. That notebook does that, and it has a little marker long enough to fall out. Not a short one. I like that, and I like the back of it. It's got the little case in the back that you can put notes, papers in there, whatever. I like that, and it's got an index. You can mark your pages and describe whatever's on it. But mine's an ink journal, and that's what it looks like. You can see. And there is some show through, some bleed through, but you know, no biggie for me. It does what I need it to do, and it's just a nice little notebook. So,
Psycho says Walmart in Calexico carries good, cheap paper notebooks, all made in India and fountain pen ink friendly.
okay, Walmart does. What is the name of the notebooks?
No name on it.
What do they look like? How would I recognize the notebook when I go look for one? That would be the question.
Black and red is great on Amazon.
Okay. Yeah, I think I've seen a black and red before. What kind of paper do you prefer, like when you're writing letters, pen pals, or just letters in general? My favorite of all paper is Tomoe River paper, the 54Gs. Favorite. Love the paper. Great stuff. And then my second would be Life. Has some great paper. And then what is that other one with a K?
Kokuyo.
Kokuyo is another great one. Then Africa, I believe it's called. That's a good one I like to use from time to time. I do use Rhodia dot grid when I do my writing reviews, but you know, it's okay. I have some Clairefontaine, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that paper. For me, it's way too smoothie. I don't know. Maybe I'll reconnect with it later. I'm the type of guy that sometimes I don't connect with the pen or the ink or the paper, and I'll set it aside, and then maybe in a month, 6 months, I'll say, you know what, I'm going to try this again, and then I'll reconnect. But then if I have the same issue, I'll set it aside, and I won't touch it for some period of time, and then I'll go back to it, and then I usually will connect with it. But if I don't, well, then that says that's it. You know, it's just not my thing, so I don't bother using it. So
on the Walmart one, it's just a Walmart brand, says made in India and made in China.
oh, okay. I have some new pens coming up next year that I've been saving to show. So I'm kind of excited on that. Well, here's the one that that I will show you right now. It's y'all have seen this one already, right? In fact, we went saw the movie. Ooh, was it good? Whew. It was good. Love them their Star Wars. So, kind of a neat looking green Yoda guy, isn't he? I think so. But anyway, so I'll be doing this pen next year. And yeah, there's been buku reviews, all these pens. But that's the fun of doing a pen review. Do your own pen review. Come up with your own review with your own feelings and likes and dislikes and all like that.
Okay, further Walmart information. One is Marble Composition. I think we've seen those. And in the barcode is the brand Greenbrier.
Marvel what?
Marble Composition.
And then the what?
Greenbrier.
Greenbrier. Gotcha. Got it down, brother. Thank you. Yep. I am a journal freak. Offhand, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 36, 40. I don't know. I have over 80 journals. No, over 88, 80, over 90 journals on hand. Oh, I lied again. 92 journals on hand. I better stop there because I think I see some more over there. I can't help it. But, last year, I must have given away, I don't know, 20, 30 journals. And I've given away maybe 10 or 15 journals this year, or maybe more than that. So, yeah, I really like journals a lot, and I do use them. Do I use every one of them? No, I don't. But I will use many of them when I do a writing sample to see how well they hold up to a pencil, a ballpoint, a gel pen, and a fountain pen on different sides of nibs, and how they hold up to a, what do you call those markers? Remember, Mr. Announcer, the markers?
Sharpies?
Yeah, the Sharpies. I've got a whole bunch of brand new Sharpies that I want to check out, and some highlighters. I do the whole 9 yards with them because I've always wanted to get the absolute exact results. Like, here's an Office Depot permanent marker. Go ahead.
Which ink has the most show through or bleed regardless of the paper?
That's a good question. But then again, I would go back to that's going to depend on the nib. And that's a good question. And that's one question I don't have an answer for. But I promise you I will do the research on it and look at all my stuff and see if I can answer that question. I'm trying to think. But it's going to come down to, I believe, at least for me, the nib size. I know the extra fine, that's like a nail, at least to me when you write with it. I've never had a problem with it. I don't own any more extra fine nibs. But I've never had an issue with that, or a fine nib. But other than that, I would just have to look and see what I can come up with. But that is a good question. You got me thinking. I know some people will say that the Noodler's Bay State Blue would be one of them. That's what I've heard. I've used Bay State Blue a lot, and it doesn't always bleed through all my papers, so I can't say yay nay on that. Yeah.
Padrino says for him it would be the Noodler's Habanero that it bleeds through everything.
And what size nib are you using? Yeah, let me know what size nibs y'all use. That's a nice color of ink. How about that Apache Sunset by Noodlers? That would be something to look at. Has anybody used the Bay State Blue? with a fine or medium nib, and how does that work? And what kind of paper would you use it? Have you used it on? What you got?
Padrino, I've used that ink in just about every Penny has. Apache Sunset doesn't bleed as bad.
Okay. So when you guys are using the inks, what size nibs are you using? Medium? Yeah. Or extra fine? Or stub?
Medium, extra fine, stub.
So I guess you'll see more of a bleed through with a stub, right, than extra fine, fine, or medium, correct? At least that's what I would think, because, you know, the bigger the nib, if it's 1.1, 1.35, whatever, it's going to shoot out more ink. If it's a wet pen, regardless of the nib size, yes. And you know what? You're right, because I have a Pelican medium nib, and that lays down the ink. So, yeah, what you said is correct. Yeah. Depends how wet that nib is. You're so right. Thanks for bringing that one up. That's a true one there, too. Just depends how wet your nib is. And for me, I like wet nibs. No, all my pens aren't wet. There may be a few that I may adjust and make them wetter, but not every one of them. My Visconti Fine puts out more ink than my what?
Pilot mediums.
Okay. Visconti, what kind did he say?
Visconti fine nibs.
Okay, okay. You're talking about the steel nib on the Visconti or the palladium? I have
Both.
Both. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And you're right on that one too. You're right. A friend of mine has a fine, and it lays down the ink nice and wet and juicy, which I like. And then I have the Visconti right here, Vando, the Iris medium nib. It's really a nice writer, and it lays down the ink. I have a nice juicy Mont Blanc Legrand with a medium oblique nib, and it lays down the ink. Great. It's just a nice wet nib, and that's what I like. And one of my other favorites is my Monteverde
Regatta.
Regatta. The starts with an A, Azure.
Azure.
Azure, and this is a number 5 nib, but it's a beautiful pen. But it does write so nicely, and it's nice and wet. So I'm happy with that. And then my Japur by Fountain Pen Revolution. This has a broad nib with the ink window, and it lays down the ink really, really nicely. So, yeah, this I would say a decent red nib on it. You know, it's a good little pen. So yeah, it just all depends how wet that nib is. Back to my journal, you can see a lot of bleed through. I'll just show you a little bit, show to see on that side. But I will still use the back of this page still. Does that make this a bad journal? No, not in my opinion. And the paper, I believe, is 90 G's on it. So every paper is made different. So, but it does have some show through and bleed through. But it's a nice notebook. It's decent. It's affordable. And the price, that's what I'm saying, affordable, the price, that's the key word. Yeah, I enjoy the notebook myself. It does what I need it to do. I do have some Tomoe River notebooks, and I'm waiting for um, my Hippo. Uh, I think it's an A5 Tomo River no, journal to come in next month. It's taken about 5 months or 6 months because when the last batch were made, uh, the young lady that's behind these journals, uh, she did quality control check on them and they weren't up to par. So they had to redo them and get them all done so she can get them out. So hopefully, God willing, by next month I'll get them. I believe they're 64 G on the paperweight. So I can't wait to try that. But Anderson Pens, they have some Tomorrow River notebooks, like Goulet has their own brand. Anderson does now as well. Tomo River has also come out with a dot grid notebook. Interesting. I'll probably be trying that as well. But I use, majority is Tomo River notebooks. I carry a small, what, A4 size Tomo River paper. It is really, I love it. You know, I just write and write and write. But that's my favorite paper. Tomo River paper is for sure. Real quick, I had this out. I wanted to show you one of my favorite pens, and this has some weight to it, is the Levenger Stylish pen, all metal. And the reason why I'm showing this is that this has a weight. I forgot how heavy it is, but God willing, I'm saving up to get my Sergeant Pepper's Mont Blanc. It's the first edition that come out by the Beatles, and great looking pen, and it'll be all metal. And I'm used to writing with pens like that with weight, so it doesn't bother me. And here's a real beautiful gunmetal by Monteverde. It's metal, but not heavy. Beautiful pen, really a gorgeous pen. I'm a big fan of Monteverde and Conklin, but I'm now also a big, huge fan of Jim Hines mountain pens. That's for sure. Jim Hines, if you're out there, baby, say hello or say something, but he's probably not on, or he would be on here. I know tomorrow you'll be working on some pens. So, okay, is it a lithium, that nib? I'm trying to say not a lithium. Help me out, guys. I'm looking for that nib that it's not a gold nib, not a steel nib, not a palladium nib. Karen Customs, they came out with it. Doggone it. There it is. Titanium. You rock, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yay! Thank you. Wow. That's it. Hello, Cup Cup. Yep, that is it. Boy, I was going to just die if I couldn't think of that name. Thank you for my death. Oh. Hey, how many of you like rock and roll music? From the 60s, 70s, or some 50s, or some 80s? Question. Hello, Cup Cup. Yeah. It is iridium nib. Okay. But yeah, the titanium nib, I really like that really well. That's the one that Jim Hines is working on me on my custom pen. Yeah, he's making me a special pen that's cool, and that's the nib he showed me, and it's going to be a knockout when he gets done with it. Whew. So, all right, folks. Well, Anything else we'd like to discuss before I say fare thee well? Merry Christmas, rock on. Yes, sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Uh, so again, I'm not sure if I'm going to do a live video tomorrow for Christmas Day or not. If there's enough people, I would, but if not, I won't. And think about New Year's, y'all. Hey, you too, brother. Thank you a lot. That was who?
Padrino.
Okay, yep. Sorry, but Mr. Announcer has to fill me in because it didn't stay long on my screen. I don't know why. I've done it up and down and all around. It still didn't say. But anyway, if there's enough interest for New Year's Eve, if you're not out party brains, I would try to do a live video, but I won't guarantee it, right, Mr. Announcer? Because I'm one of those kind of early bugs to bed. But then I know to get up early too. So, but anyway, let me know if there's any interest on the New Year's. And if you have any New Year's plans, maybe we can all hang out together. Also, before I go, this is going to be new. I will be doing some streaming with other folks, like with Jim Hines, for one. And then maybe I will do some inviting to a couple of viewers. But like I said, I am the reviewer that's over here. And I have found out that the fountain pen world is not like I thought it would be like this. I have found it to be like this, which is okay. You know, to each their own. But for me, I like everybody. Count you in, that's uno. But, you know, I like everybody. You know, if you're a fountain pen person, you got to be cool or you ain't a fountain pen person. You got to be dynamite. You got to be excited. You got to be all full of it or you're not a fountain pen person. Or you can be this way. Hello. How are you? I'm so excited to be here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. That's not me. But anyway, okay, well, I need to get off because I've got things I've got to do and get ready. And I got to clean out some pins. I showed you what I'm carrying left, those 4 pins I have left. So other than that, I guess I'm going to wish y'all a very Merry Christmas. Peace, love. And I guess that's going to wrap up this session for today. And leave your comments if you have any. Leave me your thoughts, suggestions. And that's all there is to it. So, hey, who's that?
Robo, we love you, Larry.
Love you too, man. Kisses, hugs, dynamite, baby. So, remember this last thing. Peace, love, and don't text and drive. And 2018 is just around the corner. So, keep them pens a coming, keep them inks a going, and keep using the papers of your choice. It's all about choice. Your choice. What you like. What works best for you. Not for me, but for you. Did you see what now?
No. Oh.
What is that?
Did you see Jim's pins he posted?
Not yet.
Follow-up reviews would be good.
Cool. All right. Well, I guess that's going to close it down, I think.
On the pin group for Jim's pins.
Oh, they look good. They look great. Okay.
And Merry Christmas to Robogato as well.
And to Cubbish. Cubby. You just got a Merry Christmas, Cubby. Come here, my sweet boy. Yeah, my boy's right here with me. My sweetie pie. He is my sweetie. Cubby. Yep. Cubby will be 8 years old next month, won't he?
No, 14.
Oh, I'm sorry, 14 years old next month. Whew. Yes. Yeah. Yep, 14 years old. Hang in there, buddy. But he still gets around. He still has his great days, though. So, yep, he's a special one. Aren't you, Kabish? That's the baby. All right. Peace, love. Also, Julian Harper, peace, love, if you ever watch this. Hope you're doing okay, brother. Uh, again, before I go, the Fort Worth Pen Club. Fort Worth Pen Club. Okay, say it with me. Fort Worth Pen Club. Can you dig it? I knew that you could. We'll be meeting again next month, 2018, in January, on Monday. I believe it's the first Monday, but I'll check to be sure, at the Dixie House Cafe on Euland Street at 6:30. And they make delicious food, and the pies are to die for. Lemon meringue pies. Oh, no. Oh, oh, okay. So, if you live around the Fort Worth area, in Fort Worth or around surrounding areas, Denton, Dallas, Burleson, Crowley, Azle, anywhere in a 30, 40-mile radius, why don't you come on down and join us? Get a hold of Janice on Facebook, and she will fill you in, okay? Fort Worth Pen Club. It's happening, baby, next month, January 2018. And I'm even thinking about if this club grows and it shows some good interest in it, of making some t-shirt designs for it. So a lot of cool stuff going on. A lot of stuff's going to be happening on my channels, Facebook and my YouTube channels. I mean, I've been having a blast just working with it, designing it, and how I want this and that. And it's a lot of work, a lot of fun, but it's about you guys. That's why I do it. Because all the viewers that have subscribed to my channel, all of you supporters out there that believe in Larry's fountain pens, because you believe what I can give you, an honest, true review with a little bit of fun and a lot of energy and enthusiasm with it. With that said, peace, love. Until next time, God bless, be safe, and don't text and drive. And again, from Mr. Announcer, Cubby, and myself, a very, very merry, merry Christmas. We're done.